Welcome back guys to Voicey here and another r/EntitledParents. Don't forget Voicey veterans to like, subscribe and hit that bell to never miss an episode. This story was called Crazy Racist Anti-Vaxxer EP Thinks She's Being Victimized or Discriminated Against When She Doesn't Get Something for Nothing. A post in another subreddit reminded me of this story. I have a friend who owns 800 acres. She invited some like-minded friends and family to come live on the property. They're all craftsmen and homesteader types. They worked out a system that kinda works like a much fairer type of sharecropping or commune. It was working so well, they thought it would be a good idea to invite a few more people to join them. A member of the group said they'd received a call from a family member about another relative in desperate need of housing in a safe place. The woman was about to be on the street, and she has 3 small children. The landowner has an unused cabin on the property, so figured they could put the woman there until a better solution was found. The landowner asked the friend to invite the woman out there so they could work something out for her. The woman shows up with her kids and immediately starts complaining about things. How rural the area is, the road into the property, etc. The kids are screaming and going wild. The landowner and friend raise an eyebrow but say nothing. They invite the woman, EP, in landowner's house for a chat. As soon as they entered, EP's rowdy kids, RK, smashed a lamp in the entryway. EP said nothing, didn't try to control the RKs or apologize to landowner. The landowner called a resident kid over to take the RKs to the playground area so they could talk in peace and save her house from being demolished. Landowner offers EP coffee, and before she could even grab a cup, EP starts ranting about everything being unfair, how she's losing her place and how all those welfare queens get everything. Lay around all day having babies and she's being discriminated against because she's white. I wish to all the gods in the universe I could have seen landowner's face at that moment. Landowner firmly informed her that racism is absolutely not tolerated and not to go down that road again. Landowner explains a little how their group works and asks EP what they do for a living, things she might be interested in doing, and before she could finish up, EP says she can't work because she's homeschooling her kids. When asked why she needs to homeschool her kids, EP says, "Because the school is full of," and she realizes she's about to make another racist remark and stops herself. EP then says the school system won't accept her kids because she refuses to vaccinate them. Oh goody, a racist and an anti-vaxxer. Landowner has a small list of things she simply will not put up with, and EP is managing to check them all. Landowner and friend tell her all the children in their group go to the local public schools, and homeschooling is not something she should focus on at the moment, as she needed to worry about supporting herself and the kids. They also informed her that the kids would definitely have to be vaccinated if they were to live there. EP literally starts screaming in landowner's face about how she can't tell her how to raise her children. At this point, landowner was done and told her to get the frick out. EP yells, "I will not, and you can't make me!" Landowner stands up and says, "Wanna bet?" EP thinks better of getting her butt kicked and leaves, yelling obscenities to landowner. Friend goes out to have a word with EP about her behavior and make sure that she leaves. EP asks friend where she needs to put all her stuff. Friend is confused and asks what she means. EP had stuffed her van with as many of her belongings she could cram in there. "Are you crazy? You're not staying here."
"I was promised a place to live. I already told the apartment I was out. I can't go back."
You are crazy. No one told you to do that, and no one promised.
"Yes, they did. I was told."
I'm the one who called you, so I know exactly what was said. So if you want to stand here and call me a liar, know that it's not helping your case. You possibly could have moved in today, but that's not going to happen now.
"Well, you can still make it happen. Go tell that bee in there that I'm staying."
She's not a bee, she was trying to help you. You only have yourself to blame for it not working. This is her property and she said no. She doesn't have to do anything.
"Well, guess I'm staying with you then."
No, you're not. You're not staying here. You need to leave now. Hey landowner, please call the cops. EP jumps in her van and starts to drive away. Did you forget something?
"I didn't forget crap, and I certainly won't forget this."
Your kids, maybe? EP starts screaming out the window for the kids. They finally come and after more screaming, they get in the van. She takes off down the drive. Not too long after, EP pulls back up with the police behind her. She launches into her second tirade at the police. Landowner missed and friend missed the first one because it happened near the main road. The police asked landowner what was going on. Everything was explained. The police told EP she had to leave and issued a trespass warning in case she decided to come back. She would be arrested. They followed her out and hung around a bit to make sure she left. Landowner and friend thought that was the end of it. Friend's other relatives started calling her, ticked at her for tricking EP. After she explained what actually happened, most of them cooled off. A few others still tried to shame Friend for not defending EP. Friend didn't really know EP that well, not having seen EP much since she was very young. It was learned during all these calls that EP only has an 8th grade education and should be educating herself before she tries to teach her kids. Each of her kids has a different father and all of them pay child support. She was in subsidized housing because even with the child support, it wasn't enough to pay rent, nor is it supposed to. She was working for a bit at a fast food place and told everyone she had quit because she didn't have childcare. She did have childcare, and she didn't quit. She was fired for making racist comments. A week or so later, landowner gets a call from a lawyer, the same lawyer she used to set up a trust. Crazy Pants EP came into his office wanting to sue landowner for discrimination, and seemed to think she could sue for lots of money, plus the land landowner owns. The lawyer told her she didn't have a case and basically laughed her out of the office. The day after he met with her, he got a call from another lawyer warning him of a potential visit from EP, and not waste any time entertaining her delusions. EP said a ton of crazy stuff in the lawyer's office, but the ones that stick in my mind are, EP apparently thought she was being given landowner's house and complained that it wasn't kid-friendly, and looked like a witch decorated it. Well, at least she got the last two things right. EP also said landowner specifically told her to move out of her apartment, that she was being evicted from, with no intention of giving her a house, just to see her suffer. Never mind that landowner hadn't ever spoken to her before she physically came to the house. The group is still interested in adding members, but this experience made them reconsider how they would do that. They're discussing a vetting process and a legal agreement in the event they'd ever have to kick someone out. They're meeting with the same lawyer to help them draw it up. The whole debacle still blows my mind. Update. I called landowner for some clarification. I was told the homeschooling thing was a load of crap she thought would get her out of having to get a job. She bought some of those workbooks you find at a dollar store and tries to pass that off as schooling. The school board had sent her numerous warnings about the kids not being in school, and there's a procedure you have to follow to homeschool. Her eldest is vaccinated. She apparently picked up this anti-vax stupidity with the second child. The father of the eldest has joint custody and makes sure the kids get vaccinated. She has tried to have his rights terminated over it, but when she was told the child support would stop if she did that, she backed off. Well, isn't that convenient? She has all these particular values, but as soon as money's involved, mysteriously it doesn't matter so much anymore. There are usually two types of people in her situation. Those who are unfortunately in that kind of situation, or those who are very intentionally in that situation. I wouldn't be surprised at all if after the first kid, and realizing she's getting all these child benefits, goes, maybe I could reproduce these same results. I don't doubt that the kids were probably bratty, considering the mother they have, but I can't help but just feel bad for them. Their mother's literally using them just for money, and was going to try and just mooch off this commune without having to get a job pretending to homeschool them. This story was called, Well, They Want This. You guys can afford it. You don't have kids. Brother-in-law. Hello again, I'm back with a new one from my lovely extended family. You might remember me from such stories as my brother-in-law demanding we buy his house and give him ours, in-laws not believing I have a food allergy, and mother-in-law getting high on stolen chocolate. It wouldn't be Christmas without a new story, right? Now, I don't personally celebrate Christmas and have become very defensive of this over the years. I didn't used to be, but being told it's more important than my silly beliefs kind of sets a person off after a while. I also grew up very, very poor, so I'm not used to a big lavish event. I've gotten better over the years, but blew up a few years back and demanded we do a Secret Santa to keep financials from getting out of hand. That year, I was blamed for ruining Christmas and taking the fun out of getting presents. Oh, the kids didn't complain. Nope, the in-laws did. Why did the kids get so many presents? You didn't get us any. No, you weren't my Secret Santa. You didn't get me anything either. I digress. But now you know how this usually goes. My dear husband and I planned to skip town for Christmas this year and had a vacation planned. This resulted in the mother of all mother-in-law meltdowns. I was blamed for the idea, of course. Apparently my dear husband making all the plans himself and surprising me with it was just an elaborate lie to hide my controlling nature. We are tentatively staying in town for one day, then leaving on a vacation. Our vacation is a road trip, so if things go sideways, we just up and go. Cue the Secret Santa guilt trip yet again, because I'm not buying gifts for everyone. Period. My dear husband feels the same way, so again, we are ruining Christmas. Oh good, we just won't come then. In-laws. No, you have to come, you're family. Secret Santas are a go. Awesome. Get my shopping done for one person. Perfect. Ding. Text from brother-in-law. Oh joy.
Hey, what are you guys thinking of getting for the kids?
For frick's sake. Dear husband and I haven't discussed that yet.
You should get them.
Insert expensive gaming system, remote-controlled drones, various electronics, etc. I thought they already had a gaming system. That's why we got them the deluxe edition game for their birthday.
Yeah, they played that, but they need something new.
I ignored my phone for the next little while. Sure enough, I come back to various messages.
It's for sale here. Store should have this in stock. Store can ship it today so they can have it Christmas Eve.
Dear husband and I already got the kids something. You'll see it on Christmas.
What did you get them?
If I told you, it wouldn't be a surprise.
No, I need to know. What did you get?
Starts repeating items. All of those were too expensive. We got them something else.
Oh my goodness, it's one day a year. Really? You aren't getting them anything?
We didn't have to get them anything. We did. You'll see it when we open gifts.
They want what's on their list. You guys can afford it. Dear husband got a raise. I know he did.
You know what? Maybe we won't come for Christmas after all. I'm tired of being guilt-tripped. You do this every year.
You're going to ruin my kid's Christmas because you're cheap.
Once again, brother-in-law got blocked and removed from all my points of contact. I texted the screenshots to dear husband. He was absolutely unimpressed. We've contributed to our nephew's sports this year. Their hobbies, a few camps, and some wicked birthday gifts. And this is what we get? More. At least the kids are polite and grateful. I'm tempted to show up on Christmas, keep my coat and boots on, give the kids their gift, give my Secret Santa theirs, wait for them to open it, then peace out. Screw you, brother-in-law. You want your kids to have a great Christmas? Start by setting a good example. You think they should have a new gaming system, hoverboards, iPad, bike? Get them your darn self. Oh wait, you have, and now you're broke. That's my fault, because can't wait to go on vacation. I'm sure you know somebody in your life who spends all their money on crap and then claims they're broke. And so when they need money for necessities, food, rent, what have you, they come to all their friends begging for money because they're in need. The thing is, if somebody's spending their rent or food money on luxury items, then it looks like their friends are paying for their groceries, but they're really paying for all the luxury items in their life. It's a really sneaky and manipulative way to use your friends. And the friends that always fall for it are always the nicest people. They're the ones who are the most generous and kind-hearted, because they're like, well, I don't want my friend to suffer and starve. So whether it's a friend or a family that does this, try and watch out for this trick, because you only end up enabling them. Post your stories, memes, and fan art at r/VoiceyHere. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode. Alright, Voicey veterans, I'll see you in the next one.